Hello everybody, and welcome to another video of Green Square Talks Battlebots here, and I'm here individually once again with another prediction podcast here. Crazy that we are already 5 episodes into the season, but here is fight card number 5, and my plan is to basically share my predictions for each match, go in depth with each one, and so, yeah, pretty much similar to the last few times. Showing off my P1 t-shirt here, recently got that, as well as Wedgelet as well from their fight with Sidewinder and stuff. Not like it definitely was like an untelevised fight and stuff, and like not against like a high tiered opponent, like for example Valkyrie, their last one. But I love Sidewinder, so I love the part and stuff. So shout out to P1 and stuff. Like glad to have received that piece. So yeah, in terms of predictions in the last episode, that was my most successful episode so far, prediction wise, and we're gonna find out if I can beat that. As I had a few incorrects, but it was successful. So yeah, and I got a few pretty big takes on this one, and yeah, kind of like looking at this fight card, there are several matchups I'm looking forward to here. I'm eyeing the first two, the middle two, the main event, and just getting to see quite a few newcomers here because we get to see 3 robots in the battle box for the first time in this episode, including the YouTube exclusive battle, and I'm looking forward to a lot of this. I think this is going to be another banger of an episode. So I'd say let's begin this where we're going to start off with free shipping and uppercut, where Battlebots has really been hyping this matchup up. The big thing I hated about I didn't mind when Battlebots showed that Uppercut was gonna set off a robot's flamethrower system, similar to what they did with Sawblaze last season. But I didn't like how they spoiled in the trailer that the victim of that was going to be free shipping. But nonetheless, we're gonna see that happen in this episode, and I think it's still gonna be a fun moment and stuff. Like either way, even if I already knew that was going to happen, unlike when they fought Sawblaze last season, where those first 2 hits were just unexpected. Like I did not think that was going to happen when I was predicting that episode. But yeah, in terms of my prediction for this one, I'm going to give Pori a lot of credit for this one because he was the one that shared this. He made a really good point on this. Free shipping is very well known for their durability. Because, like, we've seen them go up against so many hard hitting spinners, like Huge, Yeti. I'll add Railgun Max and Warhawk to that too. Like, they probably aren't exactly high tiered compared to the other two, but they're powerful spinners too. My point is, free shipping is very well known for taking hits, and I think it is possible, even if their flamethrower system goes off, that they could still drive around here and still be able to attack uppercut. But nonetheless, here, this is a really like my plan is to predict free shipping for this one. Go with a really hot take and support Pori on that one and give him props for that logic cuz that is a really good point. But the problem is that free shipping is probably going to need to win this one by a knockout. While Uppercut did lose drive on one side against Ribot and got counted out that way, I wouldn't count on that happening. And again, I don't know if Alex Satori would make the same mistake twice, but if this fight goes the full 3 minutes, like free shipping is probably unlikely to win that one unless if they can manage to do some serious damage to Uppercut or if Uppercut does some damage to itself and stuff. But nonetheless, here my plan is to go free shipping, but this is a risky take because there's just so many rules and advantages that just gives Uppercut the advantage in this one, gives it the edge in here, but I got some confidence in free shipping. Like I'm feeling risky with this one. Like I'm planning to go free shipping, but I would not be surprised one bit if it goes to uppercut. This is probably I don't think this is my biggest take of the episode, but it's high up there. Like I'm not sure which one between that take or one of my takes later in the video is going to be the bigger one, but yeah. Alright, I think that probably covers it for that one. Let's go to Blacksmith and Shatter, which is up next down below. And Shatter is already revealed. They're coming with their new hammer design for this one. So that's gonna be an interesting one here. They're up against Blacksmith, where I love the design adjustments that Blacksmith made to work with the current meta, as they now have a power hammer, or I prefer hammer saw, but I'll just call it power hammer. Support Alkindle, I don't mind that. So, but in terms of my predictions for this one, I think this is going to be a 3 minute slugfest. Because, like, both of these robots have power to their weaponry, and they also have extreme durability. But the big thing that I'm concerned with Shatter is we haven't really seen Shatter take on an overhead opponent. Like, how prepared are they for overhead attacks, like from Blacksmith and stuff? Like, yeah, because I'm not sure if they've fought an overhead attacker before. Like I know we've seen them take on a bunch of verts and horizontal spinners, but not an overhead attacker. So that that could make that interesting. But I also believe that I personally predict Shatter has the more powerful weapon between the two because Blacksmith did do some damage to free shipping, but a lot of it just wasn't exactly noticeable when watching the fight. And I personally feel Shatter is probably the better armored, better protected robot. Is It's pretty impressive what Adam Wrigley has put together defensive wise for his robot. And yeah. So, in my opinion, I think this is going to go the full 3 minutes, as I've said, and I'm kind of leaning towards Shatter with this one, but I would not be surprised if it goes the other way. Because, like I said, I feel Shatter might be vulnerable on the top area and stuff. Like, similar to how Beta is vulnerable up top, up to overhead attackers and stuff. And yeah, that's my big concern for this one. But I feel like Shatter could get done. But I'm ready to be surprised. I think this is a tough one to call. And yeah. So my pick's going to be Shatter for this one by a judge's decision, as I've said. All right, next up, P1, where they are taking on newcomer to Battlebots, Jaeger. And first thing I want to say is shout out to Jaeger just for getting here. It's like, well, I don't know if that's exactly the right logic, but basically what's going on is basically most of the team could not make it there just due to travel bans to the US due to COVID and issues and stuff. But their main captain, who I believe was from Germany, if I remember right, did make it down there. He happened to be the one team member that made it there. But they are still going to have two robots coming out there because I heard Emmanuel, the driver of Big Dill, is going to be running one of the robots alongside them. And so, yeah, both of their experience should make this a dynamic duo, at least when they get in the battle box. They're taking on P1, who is coming off of a relatively close decision, but big statement victory over Valkyrie in their last fight. Big stuff from them, and yeah. So, in terms of my prediction here, like, this is probably one of my more confident picks, but of course, I don't know what to expect from the cluster bot and stuff, because we could see it rip P1 to shreds if it ends up being that powerful. But as of right now, I think I got confidence in the durability of P1. I know they're almost certainly going to take a few hits from the cluster bot, but I do got confidence in them. My plan is to pick P1 for this one. I think they can definitely control the fight and maybe use that flipper to get the mini bots like behind the screws or something like that, get them stuck in a certain position and win the fight by knockout and stuff. But yeah, but yeah, like I said, this one's a little bit of a tricky one to call just because we haven't seen Jaeger in the arena yet. So, but it's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing Jaeger. I'm hoping Jaeger can impress me a little more than a few of the past cluster bots have. But I definitely think that they could have the potential to do it, and I think this will be a great match. All right, fight number 4. We have Hydra and Gruff. Okay, so we got a battle between Hydra, who's coming off of a disappointing loss against Endgame, and then Gruff, who took out Switchback in their last match to go to 1-0. So this one, Yeah, and then Gruff's also on my King of Draft team. They were my 5th round pick, but man, and because my prediction, this one is a really difficult one to call. Because on one hand, we could see a bunch of those issues that Hydra had in their last match pop up again, but then on the other hand, I feel like I don't think Gruff is going to win the ground game against Hydra. Like Hydra really specializes in winning the ground game, and I think they're almost certainly going to get it. So I think Gruff's big shot is going to be out driving Jake Ewert, but that is going to be such a difficult task here because Jake Ewert is an outstanding driver. So, so my pick is going to be Hydra for this one. I think if Hydra is working like how they wanted Hydra to be working in the fight with Endgame, I think they got this one hands down, and I think this is going to be a pretty one-sided fight. I think I do really want to see Gruff win this one and see them prove me wrong on this, but as of my thoughts on this one, I think the only shot Gruff is going to have at winning this one is if lots of those big issues that Hydra was having in their first fight pop up again, or if Gruff ends up getting like the sides and gets them in a position to where they could actually absolutely torch them with that flamethrower. Because like we have seen in some of Gruff's previous matchups in the bounties, for example, that flamethrower can do a sick amount of damage and stuff, and I imagine because Hydra is pretty light on armor and stuff. Gruff, if like Hydra's gonna want to avoid getting torched by that flamethrower for too long and stuff. But I think Hydra can do it. I think they'll. I personally am predicting that they will win this one by a knockout. Well, also could be a judge's decision because Gruff did prove their durability, at least when they fought Switchback. But it'll be interesting. So yeah, I think that'll probably do it for this one. My pick's gonna be Hydra for this one, but I do want Gruff to win this one. I do want Gruff to prove me wrong. Like I have nothing against Hydra. I don't hate Hydra, but it'd be awesome to see my King of Draft pick pull off such a stellar victory and so on. All right, let's go to fight number 5, where this is the fight I am looking forward to probably the most on this entire fight card. We got Gigabyte and Captain Shrederator. So Gigabyte's coming off of a destructive loss against Uppercut in the last one. Captain Shrederator came off of an upset victory over Tombstone in their last match. And yeah, so the reason why I'm looking forward to this one, I really want to see what what weapon on weapon shots between two cone shaped spinner designs like these two, for example, looks like. And I think it'll be an absolute beast of a fight. But in terms of my prediction for this one, my plan is going to be predict Gigabyte, the one who was on the losing end in their first fight. What this fight is definitely going to come down to is like, let's see, how do I explain this? What this fight's going to come down to for is who breaks first. Who is the more durable robot between the two? And I feel like Gigabyte is the more durable robot, but I don't know what to expect here and stuff. But what we could also see is because these are two cone-shaped spinners, whoever's the lower spinner might be able to get underneath, hit the other, and maybe flip it over. So we know Captain Shrederator can't self-right while Gigabyte can, but while Gigabyte's self-righting, Shrederator has a great shot at getting a hit in. But yeah. So my plan is to predict Gigabyte for this one. I feel like they are the most durable robot based off of their past performances, but I'm prepared to be wrong once again if Captain Shrederator was to pull off another stellar victory. And yeah, I do think this is going to be an epic showdown between the two who, like, yeah, I think this is going to be a close battle. I don't see this one going the full 3 minutes, unless if both weapons break and ends up resulting in a pushing match between the two. I think odds are probably like 20% this goes to the judges, maybe less than that, but who knows? So, all right, next up, we got Dragon Slayer and Duck. And so, Dragon Slayer, a newcomer to this season, going up against Duck, who fell to Witch Doctor in their first match that did not go so well for Duck. Because, like, on the one hand, there were several gremlins that were affecting their push power, their lifting power, including they didn't quack in the arena, according to their damage report, which is too bad. They're up against Dragon Slayer here, was, like I said, newcomer, vertical spinner, brings me Electric Boogaloo vibes. But I gotta give Dragon Slayer a lot of credit from what I've heard. What I heard is Dragon Slayer finished in the 3 digits for how much money they spent on this robot. Basically meaning like less than $1,000 based off of what I've heard. If that's accurate, which the people that told me stuff like this are almost certainly accurate, I don't think they'd lie to me. But you gotta give Dragon Slayer a lot of props for that. And yeah, but I mentioned when I was predicting free shipping and uppercut that I have two big takes on this episode. My other big take is this fight here. My plan is to go with the rookie. Try it. My plan is to predict the rookie for this one. Give the rookie a shot at this one. Of course, that did not exactly work out for me when I predicted Pardon My French to beat Claw Viper, but I got confidence in Dragon Slayer. I'm willing to give them a shot at this one because like I feel like this I feel like this is a mismatch to where Battlebots is trying. Well, I shouldn't say exactly mismatch because this is a terrifying spinner that Duck is up against, or at least potentially terrifying. But I think this is one where they're hoping Duck can win it, just so Battlebots would have an excuse to throw Duck in the top 32 due to popularity reasons or something. But either way, though, I'm planning to predict Dragon Slayer for this one. But I think what this is really going to come down to is how well did Hal Rucker do with solving the gremlins that were in Duck after their fight with Witch Doctor? Just because the motors and the speed controllers, I don't think they were working the way Duck wanted, the way Hal Rucker wanted to in that fight with Witch Doctor, and it did not end well for them and stuff. But yeah. My plan is to give the rookie a shot at this one, because if they can get the shots they needed on Duck here, maybe snipe a wheel off, pick apart the wedgelets or something like that, this could be a really dominant robot and stuff. And I'm really excited to see Dragon Slayer in action. So yeah, I think that probably about covers it. I'm gonna move down to the YouTube exclusive fight and then end it with the main event. We got Valkyrie and Triple Crown for the YouTube exclusive fight, and Triple Crown is the third newcomer on this fight card that we get to see for the first time in this one. And I'm really wondering why they gave Triple Crown Valkyrie for this first one. Like, yeah, Valkyrie is coming off of a loss to P1, but why are they doing this? Like, yeah, cuz like you expect Triple Crown is going to get like an opponent that'll bring them to the test, but I personally wouldn't give them someone so high tiered like Valkyrie. But who knows what'll happen here. But in terms of my predictions, I'm predicting this is going to be a quick ending fight in favor of Valkyrie. Because, like, kind of like my thoughts here are similar result to the Rampage and Retrograde fight, where it was a quick ending battle and stuff. But of course, I don't know what to expect. Because, like, what I'm predicting is this is either going to be a really quick ending fight, or both weapons are going to break, and it's just going to be a pushing match for the full 3 minutes. But who knows? I don't know what to expect exactly out of this one. Personally, right now, I am predicting Valkyrie by a knockout in a similar amount of time that Retrograde knocked out Rampage. But I don't know what to expect, because, like, on one hand, we haven't seen Triple Crown yet, which I'm really looking forward to seeing Triple Crown, because they have some new tech. They have some interesting tech in that robot. Go to Scorpios' page to check that out, as they did a post on Triple Crown, and that post is really well detailed with what Triple Crown has and why that robot is so cool and stuff. But yeah, hopefully Battlebots will add Triple Crown to the website eventually. Because if you go to because if you went to the Battlebots site and went to the Meet the 2021 robots, Triple Crown wasn't on there as for the last I checked and stuff. But yeah, I'm predicting Valkyrie by a knockout in this one, and yeah, I think that probably about covers it. Let's go to the main event. We got Endgame and Witch Doctor, and yeah, I think this is gonna be a much. I think Endgame. Yeah, Endgame's coming off of a disappointing win over Hydra, because like that fight was so hyped up, but then it didn't exactly go so well. Like, it wasn't an entertaining fight. My least favorite fight of the first episode, in my opinion. they're up against Witch Doctor, who's coming off of a victory over Duck, and yeah, I think Witch Doctor has something to prove as well because their weapon did die about a third of the way into the match with Duck, but Witch Doctor did explain that that was a motor issue. As supposedly they have multiple motors in their robot to connect to their weapon, and only one of them supposedly was connected properly to the weapon, so the weapon was running both at half speed and wasn't going to last the full 3 minutes, so yeah, that happened. And but it sounds like Witch Doctor got it fixed up. Endgame definitely talked about how they're not going to come in with a Forks configuration like that, I believe, like what they had in the Hydra fight for this one. I am predicting Endgame comes in with a similar configuration that they used against like Shatter, Tantrum, Whiplash as well for this one, and try to win the ground game. But well, I think Witch Doctor's just going to be Witch Doctor's probably going to want to try to avoid the front on this one because like, this is a nasty vertical spinner up front on Endgame, and if I feel like if these two went weapon on weapon, Endgame is probably gonna win that one just due to the fact that they have a front wedge on the front. Unless if Witch Doctor picks apart like the wedgelets and stuff on Endgame, and then Endgame could possibly be in trouble just because Witch Doctor really favors reach and stuff for their vertical spinner. But yeah, my plan here is to predict Endgame for this one. But yeah, this is a tough one to call because I feel like Witch Doctor is going to give Endgame a serious run for their money in this one. What I personally am predicting is we're going to see a few big hits, maybe even a few that Witch Doctor wins and stuff, which I could definitely see in this one. But yeah, because the other thing Witch Doctor could possibly take advantage of is that Endgame gyros. Witch Doctor doesn't typically gyro, at least as badly as Endgame does. So if Mike Lately could take advantage of that and like outdrive Jack Barker, Witch Doctor, I could definitely see Witch Doctor pulling this off. But my plan right now is to predict Endgame for this one. I'm gonna go with the defending champ here. So yeah, I think this will be a beast of a main event. I expect we're gonna see some big hits from both robots, and I think this is gonna be a great fight, a great main event. Not sure if it'll be as close as like Lockjaw and Copperhead, but of course I don't know what to expect. I haven't seen the episode yet. I didn't attend it live. It'll be a fun episode to watch. So all right, so now let's go ahead and review my predictions because I think that probably about covers it for those. Alright, here are my predictions. Yeah, you see I got two big takes in this one as I'm predicting free shipping over Uppercut as well as Dragon Slayer over Duck. Then I got the other five being Shatter over Blacksmith, P1 over Jaeger, Hydra over Gruff, Gigabyte over Captain Shred, Endgame over Witch Doctor, and for the YouTube exclusive fight, I'm going to go with Valkyrie for this one. But yeah, I think this was another tough episode to predict, even though some of these robots are in their second fight, mostly because there are several of these fights that I feel could go either way. I don't know what to expect. I don't know who's gonna win it. There are, yeah, like not many of these fights are one-sided, or even some like I should really say none of these are one-sided exactly because lots of these matchups, it's either two great robots where we could see it go either way, as well as some of them where it's a veteran against a rookie, and we haven't seen the rookie in the arena, which we could possibly see a big upset, like for example when Riptide took out Huge in their first fight. So I don't know what to expect. But yeah, either way, thank you for watching this video. Be sure to reply down below with what your predictions are. I would love to see them and stuff, and I bet you probably disagree with at least one of my predictions, which is totally fine by me. And yeah, thanks for watching. Be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for more content. The plan is to do an episode review on this one after the episode comes out, including the YouTube exclusive fight, as well as continuing with the prediction podcast. So, once again, thanks for watching, and I will see you for the next podcast.